Good morning, sir.
Morning.
And I'm not sure if I said your last name correctly.
Last name was right. First name is Moshe.
Moshe, okay, thank you. And Mr. Braver, the charge you have is a photo enforcement charge. There are no points associated with this charge. The allegation is that you failed to obey a red signal at Canyon and Boulevard, at Canyon and 15th Street on August 2nd of 2025. The options for you today, if you'd like to speak with the prosecutor, you could have the option of doing that this morning. You could also plead not guilty and set the case for trial, or you could plead guilty to the charge. What would you like to do?
Talk to the prosecutor for 2 minutes and then
Okay,
it's done.
and that'll be with one of our prosecutors. So if you'll just go with one of them, we'll see you back here in just a few moments.
Very good.
Good morning. Did I say that last name correctly?
Perfect.
All right, good. Good morning, Ms. Giuseppe. And with the charge I have for you is a charge of speeding, and in this case, the allegation is that you were traveling 36 miles per hour in a posted 20-mile-per-hour zone. That's a 4-point traffic infraction. The prosecutor has 2 standard plea offers that they have made that I can share with you. One would be to reduce that 4-point charge to a 2-point charge, and if you chose that option, you would just have a fine. A second option would be to reduce it from 4 points to a 1-point charge. If you chose that option, you'd have a fine, and in addition, you'd be expected to complete an online traffic class. The online traffic class takes anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to complete, and the people who put the class on charge a $60 fee for the class. It's a separate agency that puts that on. So it increases your expenses a little bit. I do take into account that people are spending money on the class when I impose the fine, but you end up paying a little bit more to have that class obligation to get the reduced point. So those are a couple of options. You could also speak with the prosecutor if you'd like to discuss the case with one of them today.
I would, please.
All right, so they're both with someone else, but you'll be first up.
She could put her name on.
Yes, I was going to just suggest that. So there's a sheet of paper right to your left, and if you'll just put your name on that, you should be the first person. That clues them in on who's waiting to speak with them.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sir, the charge for you is speeding 86 miles per hour in a posted 60-mile-per-hour zone. That's a 6-point traffic offense. The offer from the prosecutor is to reduce that from 6 points to 4 points. If you chose that option, there would just be a fine. Second option would be to reduce to a 3-point charge if you were willing to take the online traffic class that I described just a moment ago. So those are a couple of options, and of course, you could speak with a prosecutor if you'd like to have a discussion with them today.
Would those options still be available after when I speak to them?
Yes, I've never seen them pull the offer off the table for people. If you want to have a conversation first, you could do that.
Yeah, I do. There's some context to it, so.
That's fine. All right, and if you'll put your name on that list, you'll be second up to speak with them.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Morning, Ms. Oria-Muñoz. Is that how you say your last name? Okay, good. And your mom's here with you? Right. Great. Ms. Oria-Muñoz, the charge for you is failing to obey a turn requirement device. That's a 3-point traffic infraction. There are 2 options for you to consider from the prosecutor's office. One would be to reduce that from 3 points to a 1-point charge. If you chose that option, there would just be a fine. A second option would be to reduce it from 3 points to a 0-point charge. If you chose that option, you'd be expected to complete the Alive at 25 class, and then you would have the 0-point option. You'd also have a fine. Just so you and your mom know, a 0-point charge does not get reported down to the Department of Motor Vehicles, so it doesn't go on your driving record. So there's a couple of things for you to be thinking about as you consider those 2 options. How would you like to proceed? And do you want to discuss it with your mom first, or do you know what you might want to do?
May I speak to my prosecutor?
You can speak to the prosecutor as well, sure. And then if you'll just put your name on the list, they'll call you up. Good morning, Mr. Lawson. Mr. Lawson, I have one charge for you. It's a charge of speeding 59 miles per hour in a posted 40-mile-per-hour zone. That's a 4-point charge. 2 options for you to consider. One would be to reduce it from 4 points to 2 points. Second option would be to reduce it from 4 points to 1 point if you were willing to take the level 1 traffic class.
I'll do the class.
You want to do the 1 point with the class? And I think that it said that your grandmother's here with you. Is that correct?
Yes,
And is that okay with you, miss, for him to take that? All right, let me go ahead and accept the plea. It is a 1-point charge, and that'll be called driving with a defective headlamp. That, of course, is not what you did, but that's how the points get reduced from 4 points to a 1-point charge. This allegedly occurred on July 11th of 2025 at Broadway and Chambers. How do you plead to that 1-point charge?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept that guilty plea. We'll have you take the ISAE Level 1 class. I'm looking at the notes from the officer here. Nothing aggravating in the notes, and I'm also going to look at your driving record. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with me before I set the fine?
No, Your Honor.
One ticket in Superior. So this will give you 5 points against your license. So it's going to put you pretty close to the place where you could lose your license. You're not going to lose it, but if you have any other tickets outstanding, you have to be very careful about that, and you certainly don't want to get any more tickets. Does that make sense? Okay. So our record here will reflect that you pled guilty to the 1 point charge. We've dismissed the 4 point charge. We'll have you complete the online class. Because you're going to spend some money and time on that class, I'm going to reduce the fine. Make your fine $80. There are $30 in court costs. You have $110 to pay the court. Are you able to pay that today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you out front. They'll collect the fine from you. They're going to give you information about the class. It'll be your job to get the certificate that you received from completing the class back to us before the court date that our staff sets. As long as we have that certificate back, you won't have to come back to court. Does that make sense to you?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Right out front. Thank you. Ms. Puente, there are 2 charges for you. There's a charge of yield to a pedestrian required, which is a 4 point charge. And then there's a second charge of misuse of a mobile electronic device, which is also a 4 point charge. When there are 2 charges pending, I don't have a standard offer from the prosecutors. Doesn't mean they can't offer you something, but you'll need to meet with them so that they can look at the facts of the case and then make a plea bargain offer, which I would suggest because I often see them reduce the points and make an offer to people when there's more than 1 charge. So I would encourage you to have that conversation. You may have to wait a couple minutes, but you're not long on the list.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I think I better.
Okay, so if you'll just put your name on the list, they'll be with you in a few minutes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm well. How are you, Mr. Kelsey?
Doing good.
Good. Mr. Kelsey, the charge for you is speeding 81 miles per hour in a posted 60 mile per hour zone. That's a 6 point traffic offense. A couple of different options for you to consider. One would be to reduce it from 6 points to 4 points. There would just be a fine. There's an option to reduce it from 6 points to 3 points if you were willing to take the online traffic class. And you could also speak with the prosecutor if you'd like this morning.
Yeah, I'll do it with the online class.
You want to do the 3 point with the class? Or? All right, so they will reduce the charge to a 3 point charge. It'll now be called driving too fast for conditions. That's a violation of section 7459 of the Boulder Revised Code. It's a 3 point infraction allegedly occurring July 8th of 2025 at US 36 and Table Mesa Drive. How do you plead to that charge?
I plead guilty.
I'll accept that guilty plea. I'm going to take a quick look at your driving record before I set the fine. It's like 1 ticket in last year for 2 points. And then I'll take a look at this charge as well, just so we have everything that we need. Anything that you'd like to share with me before I set the fine?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing aggravated on the notes from the officer. Not a perfect record, but also not a terrible record, kind of in between for me. And you are agreeing to take the class, which I always appreciate. So our record here is going to reflect that you've pled guilty to the 3 point charge. The 6 point charge has been dismissed. Normally my fine is $150, but I am going to take into account that you're going to spend some money on that class and that you were just barely into the 6 point range. So my fine is going to be $110. There are $30 in court costs. You have $140 to pay the court, and then you'll have the class to complete. Are you able to pay the fine today?
Yes.
All right, I'll send you out front. They'll collect the fine and get you information about the class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is speeding, and in this case, it's speeding 35 miles per hour in a posted 20 mile per hour zone. That's a 4 point charge. A couple of different options available for you. One would be to reduce it from 4 points to 2 points with just a fine, or from 4 points to 1 point if you were willing to take the traffic class. What would you like to do?
Is there another warning on that ticket as well?
There is. There's a warning for insurance, but since it wasn't cited as an actual charge, you don't have to address that charge.
Okay. And then is there an option to speak with the prosecutor?
There is. If you'd like to have a conversation with them, you could.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
All right, why don't you just put your name on that list then, Ms. Beckwith, and they'll be with you in a little bit. And Mr. Kaplan, there's one charge for you. It's a charge of speeding 35 miles per hour in a posted 20 mile per hour zone. That's a 4 point charge. There's an option to reduce it to 2 points with just a fine, or to 1 point with the traffic class. And of course, if you'd like to speak with a prosecutor, you could do that.
I would like to speak to a prosecutor.
All right, so we'll put you on the list of people to speak with them. And if you'll just have a seat, they'll get with you when they can.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Michael Westfield. All right, I have one charge for you, Ms. Westfield. It's a charge of failing to avoid interfering with the vehicle ahead, which is a 4 point charge. There's an option to reduce it to a 2 point charge with just a fine, or to a 1 point charge with the class.
I will take the charge with the class.
1 point with the class. All right, let me go ahead and accept the plea then. It will be to the 1 point charge of driving with a defective headlamp. Obviously not what you did, but that's how the points can be reduced. That's a violation of section 732 of the Boulder Revised Code occurring at Foothills and Baseline Road on July 14th of 2025.
Correct.
How do you plead to that charge?
I plead guilty.
I'll accept that guilty plea. And Sabrina's pulling up the driving history that we have. Oh, it's a very good record. It's been a long time since you've had a ticket, so that's good. And then I'll take a quick look at the accident report if we have it. Anything that you'd like to share about the case before I set the fine?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to say for the court, for everyone who's in the room, that it is just seconds.
It is. These things happen so fast. We don't
They
even
do.
realize it. Yeah, and it can be very emotional. I could tell for you it's an emotional thing just thinking about it. And we don't realize that when we're driving because everything seems so normal and then something happens. And,
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just looking to see, was everybody okay ultimately?
Yes, everybody walked away from the accident, which is great.
Yeah,
But yes, it's kind of wild how quickly something like that.
yeah. I was hit from behind with my son's best friend in the car when I think she was 9. And the fear that you go through of all of it, especially when a child's in the car, is really an amazing experience. So it's not something anybody really wants to experience. Okay, I didn't, you may have pulled it up and I may not have glanced at it because I was looking the other way, but we're going to take a quick look at your driving record before I set, I know I already did look at that and we looked at the report, yep. I'd forgotten, we got covered in the conversation. Okay, so I am taking into account a couple of things. One is the very good driving record coming in, and then the other is that you've agreed to take the class, also a positive. So our record's going to reflect that you've pled guilty to the 1 point charge. Normally my fine starts at $150 for an accident-related case, but in this case, I'm going to reduce it to a $100 fine, and then there are $30 in court costs. You're welcome. Are you able to pay that today? All right, I'll send you out front. They'll collect the fine, give you information about the class, and get you on your way.
Okay.
All right, thanks for sharing that information with us. Appreciate it. All right, Ms. Giuseppe is back in the courtroom. Go ahead, Ms. Reifenberg.
And Your Honor, after speaking to Ms. Drassa, it's my understanding that she would like to take a level 1 class for a 4-point reduction. She has a good driver history, and so we wanted to really, take that into account when assessing the level 1 class for that 4-point reduction to a 0-point charge.
Okay, and we can go ahead and do that today?
Yes.
All right, so let me go ahead and accept the plea. That is to a 0-point charge, an extra reduction based on apparently a very good driving record, which I haven't seen yet, but obviously the prosecutor has. So it's a 0-point charge of failing to wear a seatbelt. This allegedly occurred at the 900 block of Regent Drive on July 2nd of 2025. How do you plead to that charge?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept a no contest plea in a traffic case. And Ms. Giuseppe, is there anything that you would like me to know before I set the fine in this case?
No. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Sabrina, pull up driving record so I can look at that. And it is a very good record, so I'm aware of that. And that makes sense as to why the prosecutor was willing to do what she did. And you are agreeing to take the level 1 class. So our record here will reflect that you've pled guilty to a 0-point charge. The good news is that does not get reported to the Department of Motor Vehicles. So you will not have anything on your driving record associated with this.
Thank you.
I'm going to make my fine $90. There are $30 in court costs. You'll have $120 to pay the court, and then you'll have that class to complete.
Got it.
Do you have any questions for me?
No,
All right, I'll send you out front. They'll collect the fine and give you information about the class.
thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.